Hey everybody, welcome to the Delivery Driver Pit Stop. My name is Michael, I'm your host. I hope everybody's having a great Monday out there. Fun day Monday. First and foremost, I apologize for being missing in action MIA the last week. Unfortunately, last Friday, had a death in the family. Was a close relative. It really shocked me. Obviously, deaths shock everybody. They're unexpected, but this one took the wind out of my sails with everything that's going on, and then this happening. I needed to step back, take some time off. I apologize for dropping the ball again. I should have. I promised I would keep you updated on the government passing the bill, and I gave you all the information all the way up to when it was signed, and then I didn't post. So I apologize. I'm going to make up for it now, and I'm going to tell you about the bill in general and some other goodies at the end that will help pretty much, hopefully, everybody out there. So the bill was signed by President Trump. Everything is pretty much the same. It's if you filed, anybody that filed for taxes and worked in 2018 or filed and worked in 2019 filed taxes, you're automatically qualified. If you got a refund, they will be depositing the checks via the refund information you provided your bank. If you had to pay or you did not have a bank, if you did not provide information from your bank, they will be sending you a check via mail, United States Postal Service. There's also a contingency in place for those that semi-retired or didn't work or on disability, etc. Everybody that is qualified will get the checks out there. So if you didn't work at all, and you have a good reason why you didn't work, you're going to pretty much qualified. That's all I can say. I'm not the expert in the bill. So if you have any questions, general questions, I'll try to answer them. However, if not, you'll need to refer to your state or, franchise tax board or your local state governments, Social Security, IRS, stuff like that, because I can't help you with that, folks. So the details again are: any single person making $75,000 a year or under will receive a $1,200 check. Any married couple making $150,000 or less will receive a $2,400 check. A family of 4 with 2 children will receive up to $3,400 max. So $3,400 max is the cap right now. If you made above 75 but below 100 as a single person, it's based on how much you made, depending on how much you get. And as for a couple, anything between 150 and 200, you'll get a tiered amount as well. So anything over 100 single or 200 couple, you do not qualify for this. Again, you have to do nothing. This is all done for you. It's done through the IRS. Again, so if you got a refund in 2018 or you're getting a refund in 2019 or have got your refund and you provided your bank information for direct deposit, you have to do nothing. Don't have to fill out paperwork, zip, zilch, nothing. You just sit there and they'll eventually get to you. It was supposed to be done by April 6th, but the government, as lovely as the government is and politicians are, they dragged their feet both sides and it was delayed. So they said 3 weeks from when it was signed. So it's been a week already. So I would say probably the second week of April. Don't quote me on it. Again, it was supposed to be April 6th, but I don't think there's any way we'll be getting it April 6th. Also, very important. I read a lot of the bill, so you didn't have to. I'm not a bookworm, but and there is that. There's another policy, another program. It's called Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. That's for those of us, independent contractors, that do not qualify for normal unemployment insurance. Okay, and I've pulled out some sections here that apply to us as independent contractors, self-employed, which is very important. So let me read some of this to you. The Foundation of Unemployment Insurance, UI, benefits in the United States is a jointly funded federal-state program known as Unemployment Compensation, UC. The program provides a baseline of benefits for up to 26 weeks with a few exceptions. Each state determines its own eligibility levels, benefit payments, and duration of benefits. Unemployment insurance benefits generally provide about half of what the individual was earning before they lost their job. And here's a very important section here. Listen to this very closely, guys. Most employers are required to pay federal and state taxes to help finance unemployment insurance benefits. Typically, unemployment insurance is not available to individuals who are self-employed, unable to work, voluntarily quit, were fired for misconduct, or refused to accept a job without good reason. The unemployment compensation is also not available to individuals who was working for the state and local governments, since the employers do not have to pay. That's what it typically is. However, they are making an exception to, those of us that are independent contractors. Let me see here. All right, and here is the part, Section 2102 of the bill, and the bill was approximately 1,440 pages. And I had to read a lot to find this, but this is the morsels we need. I laid down what and why we normally are not, as independent contractors, qualified for unemployment insurance. Don't even know how to talk. However, Section 2102 applies to individuals who have exhausted their UI benefits, whether UC or EB, for the additional weeks since under Section 2107. Let me read this to you, some of the weeds, but it gets to the point. There we go. Those are not traditionally eligible for unemployment insurance, such as the self-employed, independent contractors, and individuals who were scheduled to go to Puerto Rico or other territories. These individuals would be provided broad categories of eligibility, such as nearly any individual whose unemployment is adversely impacted by COVID-19, individuals who quit their jobs, other than those fully funded by the federal government. These benefits will cover weeks of unemployment from January 27th, 2020 to December 31st, 2020. And they are directly attributable to the COVID-19 outbreak. These weekly benefit amounts is equal to the amount that would normally be provided under the state law, which is a minimum of 50%, plus through July 31st, 2020, an extra $600 as provided by Section 2014 of the bill, and any additional increases that may be provided after enactment of this law. For the self-employed, residents of territories besides Puerto Rico or the District of Columbia, and others that would not normally be eligible, the weekly amount in the weekly minimum of 50% of regular compensation plus $600 a week, you are now eligible for. And this is called the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. Very important. So those of us like me that I guess I could work for GrubHub, but I choose not to for the fact that my health, I have pre-existing health conditions that will put me at greater risk. So I chose not to. There's other people that can't because of whatever reason. They have children, they don't want to work, or they're scared to work, or as in with GrubHub and DoorDash, there is very few blocks out there, so your pay is drastically cut. As of right now, you're not normally qualified for unemployment insurance, but as of right now, they are making an exception via Section 2102 of this bill, and it's called the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. So what you need to do, if you think you qualify, is, I already applied, you have to go to your state unemployment website and apply via the website for this. I remember when I applied for mine last week, there was a section, you put your independent contractor, and it says reasons for not being able to work. And there was a pull-down menu for me. It might not be the same for everybody, but in California for me, it was natural disaster I put on it. And then they have in a box where you explain exactly why you cannot work. And you can put because of the coronavirus pandemic, if you have a pre-existing health condition like diabetes or high blood pressure, that as we've known, if you follow any of the news, I am a walking time bomb because I got diabetes, and they're saying people with diabetes and other conditions are 10 to 20% higher risk of dying right now from this. That's huge. The normal is 1 to 2%, but if you have a pre-existing condition that affects your immune system, or you worry about someone in your household that is sick, you don't want to bring it back to them, I personally think you qualify. This is my own opinion, okay? So do not hold me to account if you do not qualify or you get rejected for unemployment insurance. I'm just giving you the information that's out there. As I've always said, information is power. And the more information you have, the more power you have to put money in your pocket. Thanks, Pete. And make smart decisions for your family. Again, government assistance from the bill, plus a new section in the bill, section 2102 and 2107, that specifically deals with independent contractors, the self-employed, and it's referring to it as pandemic unemployment assistance. Look it up, read up on it, and then I would suggest those of you who cannot work. I'm not saying someone that's in their mid-20s, healthy as a horse at single. It's a little different than someone that has a family and sick, high blood pressure, obesity, or just all kinds of pre-existing conditions that are scared to work because they don't want to bring it home, or because the death rate is so much higher right now with that group, including me. So that is it, folks. I hope I've given you more information. I know most of you knew about the information about the $1,200, but I bet many of you did not know about the pandemic unemployment insurance. I did it. I searched it for you. I read the damn bill. Like Bernie says, read the damn bill. I wrote the damn bill. Well, I read the damn bill. And pandemic unemployment assistance. You must apply. Each state has their own qualifications. So you must go to your state unemployment website and apply that way. All right, guys. I hope that helps. If you appreciate videos such as this, if the information I give you is helpful, give me one of those. As Pete from Page Your Drive says, throw Mike a like. Thank you, Pete. If you appreciate videos such as this as well, if you'd be so kind to subscribe to my channel, and once you subscribe, ring the doorbell, the little doorbell, click on all notifications. That way you're notified as soon as I release important videos like this. Again, I apologize for being MIA for a week, but when you have a death in a family, it goes without saying. Everybody take care. Be safe out there. We're in this together. #AloneTogether. God bless you. We will see you next time on the Delivery Driver Pit Stop, everybody. Bye-bye.